Hey, what's up, Vegas Trash? We're going into Track Central, the fast, not fast loading Track Central for Trials Rising right now. Now, it's unfortunate. It is what it is now, but it is what it is. 2.5 weeks in, Track Central, not a good representation at all of what Track Central will be within a few months. Now, it's unfortunate, but it's what it is. First world problems, bro. Okay? The next patch coming out, which I believe is going to be around March 22nd, I believe, or March 20th. I don't know, one of those days. Now, it's not going to fix anything major in it. Now, this is so crazy. Look at how slow, like, nobody's going into this. And it's kind of like kicking yourself in the leg after you just created such a great game. Like, this is such a great part of the game. It really should have been focused on more, I believe. And I guess I'd rather have the game now and have you patch it. True. Now, this guy's a pretty good creator, Champy. He's a pretty good rider as well. Let's give this a whirl. Now, the game is quite exceptional. It's, I played it a lot since last time, a couple weeks ago, and it's definitely still it's easily the best Trials game I've played, and it's really addictive, maybe more so than Fusion by a bit. And it's funny, in this game I noticed the easy tracks are really hard to platinum, and the extreme tracks are pretty easy to platinum if you have experience, that is. Now, this is pretty clean. It's, okay. Gotcha. This is where I'm landing. Okay, got it. Can I go down here? I would fill that in right here. Nope, I'd fill that in. I'd make it really clear to the rider. You can't go down there. Although, it's probably clear to everybody but me. It'd be the first time. I like this. This is a really cool concept. Now, I'm sure there's something on the right that was a little bit more lit on the side of the object, so I really know right where I'm landing, you see? As opposed to after you get on top of the object, now I can see it. So I would put something on the side there that lights it up. The number one thing in any track is the functionality of it. No matter, I didn't want to play this anymore. I don't like that. Next. Now, the track was fine and all. I may have put a little curve on the base of that obstacle. A little wood piece. Okay. Now here we go. This is a great decor track. The driveline's good too, but the functionality misses. I'll show you where. Now, this is a great creator. I really like a lot of this guy's tracks. Croneb, I believe. Right? And I believe he's a PS4 creator. We can check after. Now, this track really just has the decor really dialed. It's great use of lighting, great driveline. Now, I don't like a lot of the cameras, and I play the track a lot, so I guess I've gotten used to that now. And even there, okay, like right here, for example, the lack of view here, I don't like. Coming into, I would not come into a gap there. I'd come into a hard surface, right? You see? Because you're going through this thing here, and it's just a little strange. Okay? It just doesn't play as good as I'd like it to. For that reason. And this one too, here's another, a camera shift into a block camera view. These things in combination can hurt a track. Here's another camera with a low overhead. Okay? There's the electrical thing. Another camera shift. Now, I understand why it's done, but I would make those sections easier. Here's the last one. If you're going to do a camera shift, okay, and a blocking the camera view, lower the difficulty, I think. Now, this one here is another one. Physics on the end, right? I did this so many times. Most physics objects, I'm like, oh, it takes you up? Oh, it takes you up? It does take you up, but I guess it moves, and now you're sitting here going, is this taking me up? It is taking me up, or is it taking me over? It is taking me over. Oh, okay. Okay, I feel like there should still be a thing that says stop on that first thing. Okay, I'm gonna run this one more time. Pretty good track. And some people just have that decor dialed. Now, camera shifts, custom cameras, I don't like them at all. Especially in an extreme track, no way. Get rid of them. You know, always shift your design or your decor around the camera, not the other way around on extreme tracks. You should never mess with the camera on extreme, I think. Never. Now, that isn't too bad right there. And the thing is, you know, here's the thing. When you make a track, you assume... see that, and that's another one. You see the explosion? It messed me up right there. So that was a... You know, you can easily make those objects invisible after they explode. Right? And toggle that down too. But the creator probably didn't know that was going to get in the driveline. Okay? So, now last one here. You know, to put a stop on the piece of wood. Because that's kind of what you want. Stop and then a go. Maybe like a green... a red thing. And you get on it, and then boom, green is go. Right there. You know, and now you know your timing more, perhaps. Right? That's all. Now, great track. You know, very filled out. It still looks, you know... I look at that street, and it looks like graphics from I don't know. From 2001. It looks... They look really last-gen graphics. Now, which... I understand it, because you need it to run right. However, you know, if that were a night scene, it would look a lot better. Hands down. And that's why on Track Central, you'll see a lot of people also make dark tracks. Because you can hide the imperfections. Right? And it just gives it a little bit more of a mood. If you add, you know, some particle effects in there, or, you know, some fog, it gives it more mood. Right? It's about masking the imperfections of the graphics. So this guy's a really good creator here, too. Great creator. He has a track in Fusion, Callie and Hagel, right? Or Hagel. Now, this guy had a track in Fusion that was killer. It was a gym. It was, you know, and there's a ton of detail, really cool driveline, difficult, technical. It was pretty balanced in the difficulty. And he's had other tracks, too, I've really enjoyed. Very detail-oriented. Now, this one, I forget if I like this one or not. I think I like certain elements of it. The line's cool. I like it. Very nice. All right. Has a nice mood. Custom checkpoints there. Cool. Little animation. Okay. This I did not like. Nope. Didn't like it. Nope. Doesn't function well. Not at all. Don't like it. No. Doesn't play well. Definitely not. There's no way the player knows that. You have to play this a few times to get that, and it just feels very unnatural. Like, I wouldn't see that object in a Red Links track. I just wouldn't. Never. You know? And, it's what it is. You know? And the reason is, the player has to start guessing again. They have to guess what the physics... What am I doing on this? That should never be a question the rider encounters. Because they're playing your track once... or twice at the most, usually, right? Probably once, okay? So it should play well right away. So that's my take on the physics. Yeah, it came up too quick, and it didn't feel natural. It wasn't a good physics object because you're letting the rider interpret. Now, because you interpreted it when you made it, it seemed normal to you, and you knew how it reacted every time, and you ran it 100 times. And that's part of the problem when you're a creator is, you know, you've ran your track so many times, and you know all of the imperfections of it, they become normal to you. You see? So you have a lot of practice on it, and it doesn't stand out. When you play a track for the first time, all the imperfections stand out to me. Right? Okay, moving on. Let's go upvote it here. Rising Sun. Let's go. Last one, Amorpheus. Now, this guy has been making tracks for a while. A long time. The guy's at Decor Master. Creates great decor. Very convincing scenes. Drive lines are really good. Usually makes kind of darker tracks, I think, I recall. And I never really have problems with any of his tracks. He doesn't really use cameras too much. I do not like when people use cameras. It kills tracks. Cameras kill tracks. They really do. They ruin them. Why? Because your perspective is skewed. Just out of nowhere, the camera starts shifting. Shifts up or whatever the deal is. And it ruins the performance of a track. It never makes a track ever run better. It never does. And sometimes you need it to move around objects and whatever, but if you're making an extreme or hard track, you should not touch that. Like I said, kills it. And it really is bothersome when you see a really great track and somebody puts so many hours in, and the basic functionality of their track doesn't work. I don't even want to play it. It's a waste. To me, it's a waste. Right? Like this track here. Let's look at the line right here. You guys ready? Okay, so that was a little bit of a hang there. Cool obstacle right there. Very cool. You caught that one, that little chop in a piece of wood. Trials is about angles, you know, having a flow in the drive line, and creating interesting obstacles. I keep looping out there. It's pathetic. That water looks really bad there. Not good. It's way too bright for the scene. Way too bright. Yeah, it looks like it's lit up. Not good. I would just drop the opacity on that. That cloud, there could be more in the scene as well. It's a little too white. I'd like to see it a little darker. You see that on the ground right here, this on the right. You see it? The fog, the white. It doesn't look natural with the scene to me. It should be more yellow. Okay, here we go. Let's move on. Great. And it's funny talking about Morpheus decor. I mean, he creates tremendous decor, right? But I noticed the particle effect things. You know, when the clouds don't match the scene, it would never make sense in the lighting there, right? And a lot of times people will just throw the cloud in. They don't change the color or the opacity. And it makes no sense. You need to blend in your clouds, your lighting, and your decor scheme. Moving on. Yeah, Wipeout, no. Now look at this. This is like, oh my God. How many downloads does this have? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go. Now this was really cool. It's going to be my last one. You ready? Solstice. And a lot of times too, you know, these tracks. A second here. I fill up my iced tea. So a lot of times these tracks, they have great decor. However, they lack, their drive line lacks. Right? By this I mean, you know, something with the drive line it's off. Right? Either there's no flow, there's a difficulty spike, it's not lit the right way. I could pick out a lot of problems with drive lines, like easily. Just because I've played thousands of tracks. Okay, now I wish you could dial in the speed of that water there, because that thing the water looks like it's whipping. I've never seen water move that fast in my entire life. I mean, that's moving hyperspeed. Okay, here we go. So, I mean, look at this decor. This decor is amazing. It's something else. I mean, look at that background. So now in the background, look, he used the paper trees. Right? Now the big resource hog. And he has them all over there. And it looks perfect in the scene. It really looks awesome. Love it. Now, I wish that water did not move so fast. It looks so out of place in the scene. It's very... Now, I'm getting killed on this first obstacle here. This is pretty damn bad. Jesus Christ. And I deserve all of it. I'm not playing well. However, I think I need to get here and then come up. Ready? See the candle there? Very cool. Should have been lit. Here we go. Boom. Okay, here we go. Now, This is awesome. Nice custom objects. Very smooth. I'm not encountering anything weird on the driveline. See? No weird edges coming up here, right? Interesting obstacles. Very cool. This is great. I wish there were, I mean, there's a, you know, obviously a point light here. I wish there were some dynamic lights in here or something. I don't know. Just a little something, maybe like a little something over where the rider is, like him going under something, bringing in some shadows and light. Now that's really cool right there. I love that. You see that? Oh, that's awesome. These trees look great right there. I don't know if there's a point light on them, but very nice. That's a really strong point light there. Really nice though. You see how you can see everything on the line. I'm not saying where am I landing. I can see right where I'm landing because the track is laid out properly. I love those little things on the top there, those mountains in the back. Now I don't like the gradation in the sky there. It does not look good. It's very, oh yeah, it looks very muddy, the gradient, and not. It's probably maybe the background that is given. However, maybe use a depth of field to smooth that out a little. It's a little it's very gradation. Proper term for it. Here we go. Now you can see there are a lot of custom objects in here, right, on the line, and that's where it's good to put your detail there, right on the line where people can see it. And a lot of these are multi-object objects, right? Jesus, I'm just getting killed here. Now, if this is clear, I'm just not running it right. There are a lot of small angles in here. A lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another right here. Now, that was pretty good. And that's the last one. That's a pretty technical track right there. Very nice. And then you could also look at the little orbs around the trees right there, right? That also looked pretty cool. Very, very nice decor right here. Okay. Trust me, this is not their first track. Okay. And then the other thing that's interesting in this game, you know, when you see people create decor, I've seen some guys forum have, you know, artwork they've, you know, things they've drawn and whatever. And I think Man on Fire is one of the guys. Yeah, he's somebody, I saw one of his drawings, and I'm like, oh my god. Well, that makes sense that he creates crazy looking tracks. Really good looking tracks. Because he just has it in his mind already. Usually helps, right? And there are a lot of people in this game that are more artistically driven, and some are more technical. And it's about blending both of those, and that's what makes a really good Trials track. It's about the technical, you know, is a driveline smart, well laid out, right? Is it addictive, right? Is it smooth and clean, you know, the technical part where somebody really knows how to put objects down and not these weird things in the line that mess up the flow of a track. It ruins it completely. And I hate it when I see great decor and somebody messes up their driveline. And they just don't know any better. And there's some really great creators who mess their driveline up. Yeah, I can't even believe it, but it happens. I'm more likely to mess up my decor and make my decor a little weak just because I don't have it in my head than to mess up a driveline. Right? But, done both. Oh, that was a nice save. Boom. Okay. One more track and we're done. You guys ready? So, let me talk about the patch one more time. Patch is coming out 20th or 22nd. And then the patch that everybody wants probably is going to be probably like April 20th, in all reality. Okay? It just takes them a bit. A good month, maybe 2 months, to really get Track Central together and get it how everybody wants it. And probably should have been there from the get-go, but it's not, and it's what it is. Okay? We're going to do one more track. Let's do one more. This will be a good one. So, the multiplayer also, here we go, K95. I'm going to make another one here. Ready? Here we go. Multiplayer is a little weak right now. I would not recommend multiplayer right now. It's just it's you and one other dude waiting for about 40 seconds. Nobody joins, and the end. That's what I'm seeing. So this is K95 Comic, I believe, who has been working for Red Links for a bit. And he has a great eye for decor. Very, very nice drive lines. Only thing I'd say for him, sometimes he touches the camera too much on hard or extreme tracks. Not good. He shifts the camera for his decor. Always build your decor around the camera on extreme and hard tracks. Always. Period. Now, obviously, there are exceptions. You know, if it's a big jump and the rider's in the air, you want to move the camera, yeah, okay, great. But it should never mess up how somebody plays the game. And once again, when somebody creates, when it's their track, they know right when the camera's coming. They know. But most people don't, and it's going to cause them to crash. I do not like tracks like that. Now, see, there's a camera shift right there. You see it? Camera shift. As if I wasn't having enough trouble already. It's very confusing. I don't like it at all. Moving cameras kills tracks. It ruins them. And a block, too. You see the block here? How that's a little bit blocked by that rail. Also, it's very dark. Another one he does. He does two things consistent. Too many camera moves, and things are too dark in the drive line. It's almost, not every track, but a lot of tracks he does. And decor through the roof. Awesome decor. And lines are great too. Okay? But those are the issues there. I'll tell you right now. When I play in-game tracks, they don't have that problem. Never. Never. Almost never. Except in Alcatraz when you have to hop over that first gate. That should be better lit. It has a camera shift there, and there's no defined point that the rider's hopping over. And it's hard to see the gate with the black background. You can't really see what you're doing there. But I could pick out issues in any track. Right? I just can't make a good one. Yeah, leave me alone. Okay. Messing around. So, here we go. Not good. Dead. Jesus. I mean, the scene is really nice here. Except for those stationary bastards in the back. That looks weird. Maybe they're frozen. See how dark that is right there? I would hit that with some kind of light. Something. And that camera shift I do not like. People usually move the camera because they think they need to. Just cut away your rock there. Shift the rock more. Put it on a 45-degree angle, and the camera will never come into it. You see? Always shift your decor around the camera. Always. I can't ride this for shit. It's already a difficult section, right? This barrel is not lit up that well. Once you get over it, it's a little hard to see there. And then, you know, the sun glare, I like that one because I tend to do that. I'm going to see if I can get across like this. Ready? Last one. Here we go, babe. Son of a bastard. I'll try to do that for the last. I mean, you see this? Camera shifts. It plays really poorly. No good. Not good. Not good at all. And he works for Red Links, you see? So imagine the people who just start making the game. I should have done the front wheel, but who cares? All right, that's about it. Vegas Trash, I'm out of here. That was a fun run on Track Central. I picked out some things that I saw on tracks that these are factual. This is not any of my opinion on these things, okay? This is a functionality thing, okay? Saw some really great creators, very creative decor, really nice drive lines. That's about it. Till next time, I'm out. Thumbs up, baby. What a cool video. I talked a lot, didn't I? Yeah, I'll talk more next time, I promise.